Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I am doing a video that was highly requested over on my Instagram. I popped on my story asking if people would want to see a video all about the Dyson Airwrap, even though I have been struggling to get used to it and get my head around it because I am not a hairdresser. But I got 100% yes to it. Everyone wanted to see it, so here we are. I was really lucky and I got a Dyson Airwrap for Christmas from my mum and dad. I did mention that in my New Year's resolutions video because I wasn't sure whether to do a what I got for Christmas video, but it just didn't feel like the right year to do it at all. Like 2020 has been a weird one. No one cares what I got for Christmas. But this video is about Dyson Airwrap, so I'm saying it now. I did get it for Christmas from my parents. I was so shocked that I cried. Not to be dramatic, but I literally did because I did not expect it at all. My mum actually took a video of me and I'm literally like, I'm gonna cry, and I did. So I got the Dyson Airwrap for Christmas and it is now February the 3rd, so I've had it for just over a month and I feel like I've had my hair curly pretty much most days since having the Dyson Airwrap. It has definitely taken me a while to get used to the Dyson Airwrap, getting used to how it works with my hair, how the curls work for sure. Obviously, the standard hair drying part's quite straightforward. My mum already has a Dyson hairdryer, so I was used to that aspect. But the curling part was definitely really strange to get used to. Now, I have very naturally straight hair, so I usually, before having the Dyson Airwrap, use a curling tong that I've literally had since I was like 12. Me and my mum still can't believe it works to this day, but I use it and it's very hot, which means it's very damaging for my hair, and I have noticed it more. I'd say in the last year or so, I got a lot more into curling my hair than ever before. I never used to have the energy. I'd be like, can't be bothered. I'm not good with hair. I'm just going to straighten it, call it a day. But in the last year or so, I've got a lot more into curling my hair. And I have noticed the effects of that from using my normal hair curler. I am naturally blonde, but I do get highlights of high lifting and bleach just to brighten my hair a bit. And I have noticed where obviously the mixture of bleach and a lot of heat on my hair, it has caused a little bit of breakage and my hair to thin a little bit. The Dyson Airwrap is a lot less damaging for your hair. Now, I am no hairdresser, but I just know that is one of the biggest selling points, is that it's less damaging for your hair, less heat. Don't ask me the science behind it. I just know that's the facts, all right? I'm going to start off by showing you what you get in the Dyson Airwrap complete set, because that is what I got. I'm going to show you all of the attachments and how I use them. However, this is going to be a bit more of a review than a tutorial, because as I said on my Instagram story, I am by no means a hairdresser at all. I probably couldn't be any further away than a hairdresser. Usually shy away from hair. But I have a Dyson Airwrap, I use it, so I'm going to show you or tell you how I sort of use it, what works best for me. But you might be a lot better ahead than me and watching this thinking, oh my god, why are you doing that? And that's fine. I'm just going to share what works well for me. Now, first of all, I've seen people with a few different colour complete sets. So I know that it comes in like a purpley colour, like the classic. I've seen the cherry red, and I have this copper colour, which I am obsessed with. It is my favourite, not to be biased because I didn't even know you could get it in this colour before I got it, but I love it and I would not have chosen any different colour. I absolutely love the colour of it. So this is it. It comes in this massive box which is so heavy, like really heavy. And then this little box, it just opens up and you've got your next little copper bit and all the attachments are inside. But this is what the inside looks like. So each attachment has its own little area, and then this is obviously the main Dyson Airwrap, and it's really nice inside as well. Inside the box you do get a travel bag as well, so you don't need to obviously take the massive box with you if you're going away, because that would not be ideal at all. But you get a little magnetic travel bag inside, and mine has a copper outline which I love because it all just ties in together and I just think it's beautiful. So this is the main event, the main attraction. It is the Dyson Airwrap, just obviously with no attachment on it at the moment, so it looks a little bit weird. Now it does come with a little duster so you can clean these holes at the bottom, because obviously where it's sucking the air in, you get a lot of dust and you need to be really careful to clean it, to just make sure that you're looking after it. Because obviously if you're spending that much money on a Dyson Airwrap, you don't want it to be breaking because you haven't cleaned the dust out of it, and it literally takes 2 seconds. So the first attachment is this one here. I'm trying to figure out if it has an official name, because I just go to call it the hair drying one, but obviously they all dry your hair. But it's like the basic one if you just want to dry it really simply. And the way that you attach it is on the Dyson Airwrap, there is this little slider here that will have a lock and unlock symbol, and you just need to push that down and it will click in, and then let it go, and it is attached, so it's not gonna come off. It's locked in there, it's safe. You then obviously have your settings here, so your power settings, you've got your on, off and cooling button, you've then got your power, and then you've got your heat on the other side as well. All the bog standard sort of parts that you'd expect on a hairdryer. You then have 4 curling attachments. Now they are 2 curling attachments of the same size, so you get 2 of the smaller size and 2 of the larger size. They just go in opposite directions, so obviously it depends which way you want your curl to go. That's how you know which one to put on. Now when I first got the Dyson Airwrap, literally on Christmas Day, I of course used it, and I did not know how it was going to turn out. I'd personally never really watched videos on people using them. I'd just seen them in the shops and was like, they look amazing, I want one. So I had no idea what sort of curls they were going to create. I just went for it. So I didn't use the smaller attachment because I was worried it was going to create too smaller sort of ringlet curls. I just wanted waviness. Now this larger barrel, I've seen a bit of negative backlash towards it. I've had a lot of Dyson Airwrap videos come up on my TikTok. It's like almost like the algorithm just knows, because you know, maybe because I posted a video about getting a Dyson Airwrap, who knows. But I've had a lot of Dyson Airwrap videos appear on my TikTok, and I've seen a lot of people saying like, don't bother using this one, the curls won't hold, which I'd say is a fair statement. I think it really depends what kind of curl you want. When I used this one on Christmas Day, it definitely gave me more of just like wispy bits of hair. I would say there were like curls, but it wasn't a traditional sort of curl, what I'm used to. It just made my hair more like, the best way I can describe it is wispy. I'll put a picture on the screen of what my hair looked like, but it definitely wasn't really what I was expecting. But that's fine, because it was the first time I was using it, and like I said, it's been a process of getting used to it and understanding it. The smaller curling barrel is definitely my go-to. It's pretty much the one that I use all the time now, and I've actually found there's more you can do with it, I'd say. Obviously you can put more hair on at once, less hair on at once. I do find, however, when I curl my hair with the Dyson Airwrap, I have been struggling to get the curls to stay. Now I mentioned that I've had a few TikToks come up on my For You page about curling your hair with a Dyson Airwrap. I think it's quite a common thing, people struggling to get their curls to stay, and I've seen a few different ways to help that's helped other people. Now one way that I have found to work the best is by clipping the curls once you have curled it. So what I will do is I attach the curler to the Airwrap, and I will get a section of hair. You hold it about that much hair, so I think they say about 10 centimetres of hair. I don't know if that's 10 centimetres, but that's how much hair I hold. You turn the Airwrap on and towards the bottom, and it will just curl itself. So you do not wrap it like that. You don't wrap it. You just let the Dyson Airwrap take the hair, and once it's started, you can let go of the hair and push the Airwrap like closer to your head or further away, depends how high up you want the curls to go. I will hold it there, and then I will push it up to the cold setting for 5 seconds, and then I will turn it off, and I'll take my curl off of the Airwrap, and I will clip my hair up. Now, I didn't want to do a tutorial on this because I genuinely don't think I'm experienced enough for anyone to be taking advice from me. So I'm sorry if my explanation isn't making too much sense. But that is how I have been doing it recently, because I saw someone from TikTok saying that's how they get the curls to stay. The only thing I've then found is I'm not very good at clipping the hair. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sounds simple, but I'm struggling with clipping the hair and it not just creating like kinks in my hair, and I found they're then really voluminous, or like I'm trying to find an in-between. I'll post a picture of what my hair has looked like every time I've taken it fresh out of the clips, but I have still found that sometimes the curls don't stay that long. Now, the Dyson Airwrap is obviously a hair dryer, so when you curl your hair, it is best to do it when it's a little bit damp. I think they say 80% dry is where you're going to want it at. I never wash my hair on the day of doing something because I always do it the night before. So I prefer to curl my hair when it's dry rather than when it's wet. I have of course found that the curls last better when I have slightly damp hair, as to be expected. However, it does curl when your hair is dry. It just probably won't last as long, which is kind of a shame because I do prefer it, like I like it the most when it's been curled dry, because I just find at the end it creates a really nice sort of like bouncy blow dry kind of vibes, like just nice little curls at the bottom with a bit of body, but they just don't really last as long, which is the only unfortunate part. I'm trying to find the middle ground, because when I do it from partially damp and clip it, I find it comes out quite big and a bit more than what I like, but I find when I do it dry and get it how I like it, it doesn't stay as long as it does when I do it the other way. So I'm trying to find that middle ground. I want the best of both worlds. I want it to stay, but I want it to obviously look my preferred way, which is the version that doesn't really stay as long. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. I've been using it for like a month, and some days I get like the best curls and they last really well and I love them. Other days I get them and I like them and they don't last, and some days I get them and I'm like, oh my god, what have I created? So I think a mixture of me not being that great with hair and also having naturally very straight hair, it's been a bit more difficult, maybe more difficult than it would be for the average person. So yeah, that is my take on the curling attachment, because I get a lot of people asking me, does it hold, how does it curl, all of that, and I'm going to be honest, I have struggled, but I'm in no way bashing it. I think it's just a bit of a process, and it is a common thing that I've seen people saying how to make them hold and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's my take on that. The next attachments you get are 2 hair brushes. Now, one has the little balls at the end and one doesn't. I always use the one with the balls at the end. Like I've mentioned, I have very straight hair naturally, so when I dry it, it does come out very straight, but not completely. I find it goes a little bit like, ooh, a little wave. It's not dead straight, but it's like 80%. I find when I dry my hair with this brush, I don't need to straighten it. It's straight. It is straight as can be, and it's perfect because then it's less damage on my hair. I'm not having to straighten all those bleached bits of hair and crying when I'm getting broken bits of hair at the front. I get a lot of people asking me, is it worth the money? What do you think of the Dyson Airwrap? Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say whether it's worth the money or not, because I didn't spend that money. Like, I didn't buy it. I got it for Christmas, so I don't really feel like that's my place to say if it's worth the money. I'm always honest, and I say I have struggled with the curling attachment. I have been disappointed at times with how quick the curls fall out. But I always say to people, I absolutely love it for the hairbrush attachment alone. And everyone's always like, really? I'm like, yes. It saves me so much time and energy. I literally love having a hairbrush attached to the hairdryer. And then the final attachment is covered in my hair. I've been trying to pull it off, but there is just too much attached. It is the round brush attachment. So sorry if you can see all the hair that's on that. It's kind of making me feel a bit ill. Again, I love this attachment. I always use it when I know I'm going to curl my hair, whether that be I'm going to curl it that night when it's still sort of a bit damp, or if I'm going to wait till the next day when it's dry. if I know I'm curling my hair with a Dyson Airwrap, I always use this one to dry it from wet. I do this to create more volume at the roots, and I will often do the little thing hairdressers do, you know, when they keep twisting it and twisting it. I don't know why I said hairdressers, because people do it at home, but you know what I mean. But I often just go like that, and I just keep curling as it's drying, just to create sort of curled ends to help for the body. Because when I dry my hair with this one, it obviously is straighten it a bit more, so I like to use this to help with the flexibility of my hair, if you will. I'm probably using all the wrong terminology. I'm so sorry if you're a hairdresser. Feel free to dislike the video for my terminology alone. Actually, please don't do that, please. So yeah, I love this attachment. If you're good at a curly blow dry, you're going to love this attachment. I'm trying to learn. I wish I knew how to do a curly blow dry, but I don't. The hands, they don't understand. The hands can't do it. So they are all the attachments that you get with the Dyson Airwrap. So in the box, you get all the attachments. You get obviously the Dyson Airwrap and a travel bag for when you go on holiday and whatnot, so you don't have to take that massive box, because I think that would be literally impossible and take up your entire luggage. You do also get this piece of cardboard from Dyson in the box, the same shape as the complete set box, and it has a QR code on it. Don't do what I did. I just skipped past that. I was like, I don't need to go to their website, they're just trying to get me to do this, that and the other. So I skipped past it for the first few days, and I really couldn't get my head around the Airwrap. I was sort of struggling. I was like, where do I hold it? What am I doing? Am I doing it wrong? Like, how do I get it to grab my hair? It was, yeah, it was a bit of a mess. I was just winging it basically, which I don't know why. I was going in blind. But that QR code will take you to Dyson's website, and they show you so many tips and little tutorials on how to use it, how to get certain hairstyles, certain curls and whatnot. Once I went to Dyson's website, oh my god, I found it so much easier to use, and I literally was kicking myself. I was like, why did I skip that? Why did I think I just know what to do? So if you do get the complete set, please scan that QR code and save yourself some time, because that was a nightmare. So that is everything that you get in the Dyson Airwrap, all the attachments and what I think of them, my personal experience with them. Like I mentioned, I didn't really want to make this a tutorial because I don't have much hairdressing experience, and I am still getting my head around what I like with the Dyson Airwrap. If you are a bit more experienced with hair, it probably won't take you as long as it has taken me, but it has taken me quite a while to get my head around it. If you have any tips on how to keep your curls in from the Dyson Airwrap, let a girl know, because like I've said, I'm still figuring it out. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little review style video. It's kind of giving me unboxing vibes, even though it's not my first time unboxing it, so I'm gonna stick to calling it a review. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.